They mocked us for wanting buttons, spares, and dipsticks. Then, the bills arrived. In 2026, automakers are quietly walking back the shortcuts. Here is why. Number 13. Physical climate controls. Try changing the temperature at 75 miles an hour through a touchscreen. It sounds modern until you realize your eyes leave the road, your attention breaks, and something as basic as comfort becomes a distraction. Automakers ditched knobs because glass panels are cheaper. The savings per car are tiny. The risk is not. That is why several brands are bringing real controls back, and why some safety groups now punish screen-only layouts. Convenience should never outrank control. Number 12. The full-size spare. Tire sealant kit looks clever on a brochure. It feels useless on a dark roadside with a shredded sidewall and no signal. A proper spare costs the factory little, yet saves drivers from being stranded by a problem the sealant can never solve. Automakers removed the spare to save weight and squeeze out a little efficiency. Drivers lost peace of mind, and in remote places, that trade-off can turn expensive fast. More SUVs are quietly restoring the spare because optimism is not a backup. Plan. Number 11. Real temperature gauges. Many modern gauges are not gauges at all. They sit perfectly calm while the engine is already drifting into danger. That is fine for marketing. It is terrible for drivers. A real gauge gives warning early enough to stop, cool down, and avoid a repair that can wipe out your savings. The fake version exists to keep owners from worrying, but worry is useful when it helps you catch a problem before it becomes catastrophic. Number 10. Headlight. Washers LED headlights are bright, efficient, and brilliant until they are buried under snow, slush, or road grime. In cold regions, dirty lenses can crush visibility exactly when you need it most. Older luxury cars solved this with simple washers. The cost was small. The benefit was enormous. Some brands cut them anyway because every deleted part looks efficient on a spreadsheet. But on a winter road, a clean lens is not luxury. It is safety. Number 9. Adjustable lumbar support seat can look premium and still punish your back. That is the problem with removing lumbar support from base trims. It saves a few dollars per seat and ignores the fact that human spines are not identical. Delivery drivers, commuters, and rideshare workers feel that mistake every single day. Comfort is not a gimmick. It is what keeps long drives bearable and bodies intact. A test drive tells the truth faster than a brochure ever will. Number 8. Transmission. Dipsticks. Sealed transmissions sound advanced until one fails early, and the owner learns there is no easy way to check the fluid. Then the repair estimate lands like a punch. Automakers called it lifetime fill. Real life disagreed. Heat, towing, age, and hard use break fluid down. And without a dipstick, drivers lose one of the simplest tools for prevention. A cheap inspection can save a 4-figure repair. That is not old-fashioned thinking. That is common sense. Number 7. Oil life monitors that actually monitor. Most oil life systems do not inspect the oil itself. They calculate. That works fine in gentle driving. It gets less reliable when the vehicle idles in heat, tows heavy loads, or makes short cold trips every day. In those conditions, the algorithm can stay optimistic long after the oil has gone bad. The result is simple. The dashboard says you're safe while the engine pays the price. A smarter system should know the difference between average use and abuse. Number 6. Sound deadening. Material-thin insulation saves money and helps efficiency numbers, but the driver pays with noise, fatigue, and stress. At highway speed, a loud cabin is not just annoying, it wears you down. The longer the trip, the more it chips away at concentration. Older cars were often quieter than their newer replacements, even when the new ones cost more. That tells you everything you need to know. A few pounds of insulation can buy a calmer, safer drive. Number 5. V8 engines, turbo 4s, and downsized engines promised everything. In the real world, they brought complexity, repairs, and a lot less character. A V8 gives you response, sound, and a kind of effortless power that specs cannot fully explain. That is why the V8 never truly died. Enthusiasts kept defending it, and some automakers listened. The market still makes room for an engine that feels alive instead of merely efficient. Number 4. Sequential turn. Signals. A signal should do one thing clearly: tell others where you are going. Sequential indicators do that better because the motion is easier to read at a glance. The cost is tiny. The safety payoff is real. Yet many brands deleted them as if visibility were optional. It is not. Good signaling reduces confusion, and less confusion means fewer mistakes on the road. That is one of the cheapest safety wins a car can have. Number 3. Manual transmission options. Manuals were never given a fair fight. They were often trapped in base trims while the good stuff stayed automatic only. Then manufacturers used low sales as proof that nobody wanted them. Of course, sales were low. The best cars were often unavailable with 3 pedals. Whenever a great manual option appears, enthusiasts still show up. The message is clear: demand did not vanish. Choice did. Number 2. Real leather versus synthetic vinyl. Synthetic materials have their place. The problem starts when luxury pricing pretends they are the same as real leather. Leather breathes better, ages differently, and often feels richer over time. Buyers are no longer blind to the difference. They inspect trims, compare materials, and notice when a premium badge hides a cheaper cabin. The market is learning what branding cannot hide forever. Number 1. Serviceable parts. This is the big one. The most frustrating removal is not a feature. You can see, it is the ability to fix small things without replacing giant assemblies. A single failed LED can force a full module swap. A tiny motor dies, and suddenly the whole unit is junk. That is not progress. That is engineered waste. Older vehicles were built for repair. Modern ones are often built for replacement. And every driver feels that shift in the final bill. For years, automakers stripped features in the name of efficiency. Drivers called it out. Now the market is answering back. Some of those old features are returning because they were never obsolete in the first place. Which removed feature annoys you the most?